with that, we say, what's up from Houston, Texas? I'm Brian Keating, alongside Carson Cunningham. It is time on a Sunday night to crash the boards, as we always do. You ready for this?
Playoff edition, Easter edition of Crashing the Boards.
A not so great edition of crashing the boards if you're sitting there in Oklahoma City and you rooted for the Thunder all night. Didn't go well. They got blown out in the second half. So let's start this thing. I just want to talk about the game tonight. What did you think of the game tonight? Because, you know, there in the first half, the Thunder were right there. They're only down 5 at halftime. Third quarter came and they were out of it in a hurry.
Yeah, I thought they played pretty well in the first quarter, but it was really discouraging in that they limited the Rockets' best asset, three-point shooting. But you mentioned it. The third quarter, the Rockets scored 30 points. The Thunder offense scored 33 in the entire second half. We talked about the big O all season long. They had little O, as in little offense. Russell Westbrook, when he hit 6 buckets, the Thunder are in deep trouble because no one else on the floor can create their own offense. And that's what we saw. This offense was non-existent. Andre Roberson led the team in scoring with 18 points. Look, Andre was the best player on the floor. You got to give him a lot of credit.
For Oklahoma City, now the best player on the floor.
For the Thunder. We're talking about the Thunder, right?
Yeah, okay, sure.
He's the best player on the floor for the Thunder. I thought he played well, but nobody else on the floor tonight played well for the Thunder. It's a pretty easy game to break down when you look at it that way.
How about the Beard and Bev's revenge? You see that? Beard and Bev's revenge. James Harden was absolutely the best player on the floor, and the second best player on the floor was Patrick Beverley. I know people in Oklahoma City don't want to hear this. He was awesome tonight. He was fantastic, scored 21 points. James Harden had 37 and 9 rebounds. They dominated the ball game, and you mentioned it. Look, if Russell Westbrook, he's not going to be superhuman every single night, and tonight he certainly wasn't, but he got no help. Victor Oladipo, a no-show. The Thunder, I think their inexperience in the playoffs showed. Victor Oladipo looked like a guy whose eyes were wide open, wasn't sure how to respond, and he didn't. The Thunder got blown out.
Yeah, I mean, no one played well from start to finish, really, other than Andre Roberson. So I don't want to overdo it too much. It's one game, plenty of series to talk about moving forward.
Okay, well, that leads me into my next question. You just watched the game tonight and the way they played in the second half. Is the series over? Look, I don't want to get too hyperbolic either, but is this a microcosm of what we're going to see over 4 games?
Well, the Rockets are the better team. We knew that going in. We definitely know that coming out of game 1.
We both picked the Rockets in this series.
Yes, I picked them in 6. It might be a little shorter than that, but I think people forget easily. It's the first game of the playoffs. We forget all the years past. How many times when the Thunder lost? Thunder lost the first game of the Spurs last year, and everyone was panicking. Thunder won that series. So this is a game of chess. And I think one thing the Thunder can hang their hat on is Billy Donovan has proven in these playoffs he is capable of moving chess pieces in the right place. I didn't think he did a very good job tonight with some of the lineups he tried out there. Norris Cole came in the game in the second quarter. But Billy Donovan, to me, has proven over his last year and a half, 2 years in the playoffs, he can make the right move. So it's up to him to adjust, because I thought he played the big lineups. The big lineups didn't get any. They got out-rebounded, Brian. When they do that, Thunder have no shot. But he has to make some moves.
Look,
it's not over.
We both picked the Rockets to win the series. I'm certainly not backing down. To Thunder to win the series, I think it's mission impossible. I think
series over.
I think they have very little chance to win this series. Because here's the problem. They can't score enough points.
Yeah.
This is a night that the Rockets didn't even shoot the 3 ball that well. They can't score enough points. They just don't have enough points to beat Houston 4 different times. Now, that's not to say they can't make this a 6 or 7 game series. They're capable of that. Russell Westbrook's good enough to score 50 and get a triple-double and win a couple of games himself. But to win this series, I can't see it because they can't score enough points. The Rockets didn't play great and scored 120 points. The Thunder can't score 120 points on a nightly basis.
No.
They can't do it.
No, I mean, but the one thing you mentioned there, Russell Westbrook, we're seeing why this guy has scored 50-point triple-doubles in the season.
Yes, he has to.
He has to.
Yeah.
They don't have enough guys, not just score the point, not just put the ball in the basket, but create.
Where is
Russell
Steven
has
Adams?
to create everything for everyone.
Where's Steven Adams? Guy's going to make $100 million next season.
Yeah.
$100 million. He's paid like one of the top 20-something players in the league. He's a no-show tonight. No-show. They can't hardly play him.
I thought the Houston bigs outplayed him severely.
No
Clint
question.
Capella, Nene, they're a big problem so far.
The Thunder are going to pay Enes Kanter $18 million and Steven Adams $25 million. And there are no-shows tonight. Can hardly put him on the floor.
Well, Steven Adams had a huge playoffs last year to earn that $100 million. Billy Donovan has to find a way to get him more involved.
Okay, if the Thunder are going to stay in this series and figure out ways to win, what's the big adjustment? What's coming in Game 2? You play the role of Billy Donovan. How does Oklahoma City come back in Game 2 and steal one going back to OKC?
Well, as much as I would love to point to a strategic move that Billy Donovan can save the series, I think the biggest adjustment he can have is have his second leading scorer on the team show up. Victor Oladipo was, as you said, a no-show. He didn't show up, and it's his first playoff game. I'll cut him some slack, but he's the second leading scorer on this team. If he doesn't score, Thunder have no chance to win. So, I mean, as much as I want to say, oh, Billy's got to play this lineup, play that line, he needs guys to step up. Victor needs to step up. Steven Adams has to step up. And I thought Taj Gibson gave him some decent minutes. I wouldn't mind seeing him play a little more.
I would like to see Taj Gibson maybe play the center role and Jeremy Grant slide into that four. They have to play small ball. They have to play their small guys because we've seen it over and over, whether it's against Houston the last 2 times in this building, whether it's against Golden State. Oklahoma City's bigs, and we talked about Steven Adams and Enes Kanter, they're not good enough to dominate the game. And if they can't dominate the game, you can't play them and give up threes and wide open pick and rolls. They have to play small ball. I don't know if that's going to be good enough to win enough games, but at least I think it gives you an opportunity. Taj Gibson can get the ball on the block. We saw it a couple of times tonight, and just go put the ball in the basket. But you're right. They got to find guys who can just score at all.
Small ball. Were you asking for Kyle Singler to come in the game?
I was not asking for Kyle Singler.
I think you were asking for Kyle Singler.
Not asking for Kyle Singler, but I do think this is I think Enes Kanter can't play in this series, and I think Steven Adams is having a really tough time finding a role.
Billy rolled with his bigs. They failed in game 1. It's be interesting to see who he plays in game 2.
Small ball, game 2. Bad game 1 for Oklahoma City. We've actually got 2 days off. Game 2 is Wednesday night. We'll see if they can be a little bit better, figure out a way to win.
Yeah, and keep it tuned here. We'll have Facebook Lives throughout the entire playoffs.
Lots of good stuff from Houston. He's Carson. I'm Brian. Scratch the board.